this possibly be the greatest Jack Daniel's whiskey we've ever tried. We are here today with another Whiskey Boys video with the average whiskey drinker, Andrew.
What up?
And we have something super exciting because we got sent the Jack Daniel's 14-year from Jack Daniel's.
Crazy.
I actually didn't even know they were sending it. It just arrived at my apartment.
Yeah, that's nuts. You said we. I didn't get sent it. He
Yeah.
got sent it.
We were lucky. We don't get sent allocated bottles like this, but we got sent this bottle.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
But Andrew has a bottle of the 12-year, which you probably saw in our previous video. We ranked the 12, the 10-year Sinatra, barrel proof, and right?
Yeah, rye, barrel proof rye, and the Tennessee whiskey, and the twice barreled rye.
That was really fun. We ranked all of them, so you can go back and watch that review. But the 14 is out, and this is a special occasion, so we have to review that. But we're going to sip the 12 just to get an idea of something that's a little bit younger than the 14 before we hop into that.
But Jack Daniel's sucks.
Every time we do a Jack Daniel's video, I want to talk about that.
But Jack Daniel's is so bad.
We say it because 90% of people that drink whiskey aren't the whiskey nerds like us, and they don't even know that they make other stuff. They just know the number 7 that you find at a dive bar.
Yeah, dude, they might be the most consistent. This is a bold statement. Jack Daniel's might be one of the most consistent brands in terms of churning out banger after banger. Take away the Jack Daniel's 7. Take that away. And Gentleman's Jack, whatever. But everything else might be the most consistent, right? I feel like Michter's, Jack Daniel's, they're up there, man.
It's true. Yeah, that's a great point. Michter's is almost similar. They follow their way of making the whiskey that keeps that consistency.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say that's almost a downfall of Jack Daniel's is you do get so much of that banana, taste.
Yeah.
And it's funny, when we did our review before, we did the 12-year, and I didn't get banana.
You didn't?
But maybe because the other ones had so much banana, and now coming off of some other whiskeys, we were just drinking Bardstown, which...
Disco 11. Oh, so good.
First time trying it, it was so good.
That's the first time trying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone's, well, not everyone's, but
most
definitely
people.
the top Bardstown bottle, yeah.
So that blew us away. But yeah, this 12, what do you think about this 12-year right now?
I love the 12-year, man. I love it. I still stand by liking the 10-year a little bit more, but I would like to blind myself and see which one I would pick. But this 14-year, oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to say that just the 12 years actually, there is a little banana note, but it's impressing me more than we did that tasting before.
Yeah. Well, we're also 6 pours deep in that.
True. That could be the problem.
I'm curious if this banana note transfers over to the 14 because we know it's in the Sinatra. We know it's in the 10. It's a little bit in the 12. This one's cast strength. I'm curious if that banana note carries over.
Which is, so the 14-year here, we got 126.3 proof. It's batch number 1, the first 14-year. And 63.15 alcohol percentage.
And I think Jack Daniel's started this whole 10-year, 12-year thing in 2022. And I think that's their first batch was the 10-year. And I think it came out at $70. And I think, I might be wrong, but the year later, the 12 came out. And then that's when they started doing batches of these two. And now this is the first 14-year they're doing. I don't know if they're planning on doing more. But
yeah, it's funny that they're doing it by 2 years. So they got the 10-year, 12-year, 14-year.
That is an interesting. Why don't people do 11-year? Is it just because odd numbers aren't as cool?
Well, yes and no, but what about Russell's that has 13 and 15?
Yeah. True. But the majority of it though, you never see something 11.
Yeah.
But you're right. Russell's does 13, 15. You're right.
Right. Why did they do the opposites?
Yeah. I'd like to think it comes down just to optimal taste, what
that's what
it tastes the best
like,
right? Yeah, and it comes out of this year, and that's what we're doing.
Maybe. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So a little warm up on the Jack Daniel's 12-year, one of our favorite. I picked the 12 over the 10. He picked the 10 over the 12. Just thought it was a little easier to sip, more fruit for the 10 for him. For me, I do like a little bit of an oakier taste, and it's funny with a lot of whiskey, especially if you're new to bourbon. Bourbon can be a little harsh, especially the older it gets. Nobody goes, "I want a 30-year bourbon."
Yeah,
you never hear that.
Yeah.
But I actually like it. There's something dark about it that it's unique to me compared to a lot of the other bourbons that are out there that are 8 years, 10 years.
Fair.
So it's nice. I'm cool, this is unique. And if I'm dropping $200 for a bottle, that's something I enjoy personally.
Yeah.
But do we know the prices of these now?
Yeah. So this one comes in at, I think, around 80. I'm sorry. This one is $85 around. It's gone up a little bit since its first release. This one's $95, and then 2 year difference to the 14 jumps up to $150. So this is an MSRP of $150. Secondary, you looked, it's like going as high as like 500 to 800
That's
to 1,000, which is
crazy.
just nuts. $150, I'm buying a case of these, but
I think a big part of it being $500 though is that it just came out.
yeah, give it another month, it'll drop down.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah, the
definitely
hype
drop
will die
down.
down. Yeah, yeah.
How much would you pay to get one in your hands
Man,
right now?
I haven't even tried it yet. I think I've dropped $200 for it.
$200. Yeah,
Yeah,
that $50 increase isn't
yeah.
that much. You know,
Now 250, 300.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because what's another bottle that's like the Russell's reserved 15-year was
250.
250, so that's a bit too much.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is our official review of Jack Daniel's 14-year. We're going to dive into it. We might be one of the first people to talk about it too. I don't think there's other.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Let's do it. You do the.
No, you do.
You
it,
do
man.
the.
This is your bottle. I'm not. It's too much pressure. What if I screw it up and the entire thing just explodes?
The way I view it is like they sent this to me, so I am not upset at all. Like this is like free money. Like
I think I even sent you. I even forwarded you an Instagram message, being like, "Hey, dude, these guys got a free bottle. How come you don't get one?" You're like, "I know, I want one."
okay, so if you're not familiar, because I've learned this, there's a lot of people that follow us on YouTube only, and we are pretty big on Instagram. We have 166,000 followers, and we're big on TikTok too. We have 105,000 followers. But Instagram to me is a little more powerful because, like, if you're big, it continues to put out a lot of content that gets a lot of views and things like that. TikTok, which I like and hate, TikTok, if you post something, you could get 500 views or you can get 100,000 views.
Really?
But they treat everyone individual. So it almost doesn't matter how many followers you have on TikTok.
Interesting.
So I that's why brands like Instagram a lot.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of work with different brands. The good thing is we do it with brands that we like. Like did get this brand. I think I said this on another video. Iron Smoke. Sorry for calling you out, but
We're just one of fan.
yeah, they wanted to pay us, do some promotion, and they're like, "I'm sorry, this just doesn't match our palate." So we don't want to do it. It was like Christmas tree pine needles, I think, last.
That's pretty admirable, to be honest. I mean, it's hard, right? When push comes to shove, when someone throws money in your face and they're like, "Can you promote our whiskey?" It takes a lot to say, "No, this whiskey's not really for me. I'm not going to take your money," right? So that's props for you guys. I probably would have taken the bag.
Pour as much.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, right off the bat, less banana note for me already on the nose.
On the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, nice though.
Very good. Cinnamon.
I get nervous when it's a special bottle. Like I would argue, this is one of the best whiskeys we've ever been sent. The Whiskey Boys.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to think. We got High West sent us a 3-pack: Prisoner Share, Midwinter's Dram,
It's legit, but yeah.
and Burr Rye.
Yeah.
And they sent us all that in a pack,
Yeah.
and I was super grateful because we're big fans.
But yeah, this is
This
that's
is
crazy.
nice. Buttery? Will butter?
For sure butter. Butterscotch for me.
Yes.
And cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
If I had to guess the age, I would smell about like 14 years, I think.
Yeah, I was like, I think this must be 14 years. And then I saw the label.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's just because we're just enthusiasts and we're so smart.
All right,
All right,
ready?
here we go. Yeah, let's do it. Wow, that very good. But that proof difference,
Yeah.
really, holy moly, what is this? 107 to 20 proof difference.
My
Wow.
initial thoughts. I really like it.
Yeah, you're gonna say you didn't like it. I was
No,
like,
no, no.
shit, we're gonna disagree right now.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if you did disagree with
No,
that.
I really like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna be nervous because I thought you were gonna say you don't like it that much.
It's not the same tasting notes.
Mm-mm.
But it almost reminds me of Russell's 15-year. It's like matching that agedness where
Yeah.
there's like more, it coats the tongue better.
Yeah.
That the flavors are different. It still goes with the butterscotch,
Yeah.
which you don't get that on like Russell's
No,
15.
no.
There's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
berry on the Russell's
Yeah,
15.
exactly. Cherry.
Yeah. But this is like, oh, you know what it almost reminds me of in a way? Blanton's straight from the barrel.
Really?
Because that one is a butterscotch
that
bomb.
is. I need to compare the two. But yeah,
But
you're right.
there's something else there too.
So I don't really get a lot of oakiness in the 10 and the 12. I get a good amount of oak, but it's a good oak.
It's a good
on
oak.
the 14. And I think they actually rotated this barrel, didn't they? They put it on the top of the rick house and then they brought it down to the bottom of the rick house.
Yeah, so they were saying
crazy.
they put it on the top because it's going to be a little hotter, but when it's an aged bourbon like this, you can't leave it in hot for too long. You know, that's why like you got brands like Garrison Brothers, but that we're actually fans of. But Garrison Brothers does come out very oaky, char, because it's Texas and it's so hot out here. So what they did is after it's aged at the top of the rick house, they actually brought it down to the lower end
That's cool.
so it can age longer for the 14 years. That's how they're able to do it. That's why even like Scotland, they're able to age for so long.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's cooler
just,
weather.
Yeah, climate. Is this the oldest Jack Daniels? I feel like it's got to be. Like, I don't think I know another Jack Daniels that I've had in my lifetime that's older than 14 years.
So I did like a little bit of research
Uh-huh.
on this, and from what I found is it said that the early to mid 1900s was the last time they did this. So it could have been, I don't even know what,
wow.
1930, 1940,
Okay.
1950.
So there's older out there, but
Since then,
this
they've
is
never done
definitely-
this.
yeah,
This is
okay.
the first time
Okay.
they're releasing age
Wow.
statements.
I wonder if they're going to keep this going. If it's going to be like a one-time thing, because their plan is to keep the Jack 10 going every year. Because you got to send a sample of the Jack 10 batch 4 and the Jack 12 batch.
Oh, which is the different than this?
Yeah,
Or-
this is batch 3.
Oh.
Yeah. So you guys are the newest Jack 10.
Oh, that's
and the
see.
newest Jack 12.
I wish we almost did
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but yeah.
Any other tasting notes for you?
Let me see.
I know I did read one that said leather, and I know how people feel about that. Like, how do you know what leather tastes like? I could almost see it. Like, leather sometimes just matches up with that oak taste.
Yeah. I get some brown sugar on it.
Brown sugar.
Maybe not brown sugar. Sorry, powdered sugar, like the kind that you put on like fry bread. That's what I got on it. Some powdered sugar.
Yep.
Oh, that is good.
It's really
moly,
good.
that is good. Jeez, Jack Daniels, you guys are
They nailed this one.
always exceeding expectations on these age statement
Wow.
bourbons. Yeah.
So now, how much would you pay for it?
I think I paid $250 for the Russell's 15. I paid $250 for that.
$250. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just keep going up every time you keep asking me. $275. Yeah.
Could this possibly be the greatest Jack Daniels whiskey we've ever tried?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so.
So, as you know, I mean, we are big fans of Jack Daniels. Like we said, the number 7. Actually, I will actually agree. The number 7 to me is pretty shitty. Like, I like some cheap whiskeys. Like, give me a cheap one you like. I'll say Jameson. I know it's Irish, it's different. But Jameson is a cheap one that I can drink all day, every day. Do you have a cheap whiskey you really like?
Jim Beam 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Regular Jim Beam?
Yeah, no, Jim Beam 7, the black label, not the
Oh,
white. Not the white.
okay. I was
Get
shocked.
out.
Yeah, because that is terrible.
No, the black label, not the white.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Jim.
okay.
Remember we had it at the distillery. I
Yeah,
like that
and we
one
were
a
like,
lot.
"What? This is so good."
Mhm.
Yeah, Jim Beam is a funny one. Where there another one like the regular one is so average,
Mhm.
but everything else they make we actually enjoy. I haven't had one that was bad that wasn't their base level.
Yeah.
So from a 1 to 10, even though we don't really dive into rankings too often, but basing it off the fact that I like a lot of their releases, I'm gonna think of a number in my head.
1 to 10 for this guy.
1 to 10 with you can do decimals too.
Okay.
Based on all the whiskeys you've had this year.
Are you just gonna scream it all at once, or
Wait, I gotta just iron it out. Okay, I'm ready.
okay, we're gonna say it at once, or do you?
Let's do it at once.
Okay.
3,
1,
2, 1.
9.3.
9.2. Oh! I was gonna say 3 and I lowered.
That was so close. We didn't practice that, I swear.
I was gonna say 3, but I was like, you know what? We had Eagle Rare 17.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had Double
yeah.
Eagle Very Rare. Like,
Oh.
there's just some. I just felt like
You can't give like a 9 point. It's just I don't think I'll ever give something a 10. Do you
Oh,
think you'll
no.
ever- right? You just can't.
10 would have to be it gives you everything you want. There's not a single flaw with it.
And you're basically saying there's nothing that'll ever be better.
Yeah.
Which is a bold statement to make, right? But yeah, 9.3 for me. That is
9.3. Yeah, I was going to say 9.3, then I just last minute I said let's lower it a little bit. But seriously, guys, this is the Jack Daniels 14 review. This was fantastic. You got to get this bottle if you can get
If
it.
you guys hate Jack Daniels and you're about to comment and you're writing your comment right now, before you do that, please just try one of these
Yes.
before you start hating on it. And then if you still hate it afterwards, that's fine.
Fine.
But just don't hate before you start trying all of Jack Daniels' limited releases and other releases, the Barrel Proof Rye, the Barrel Proof Tennessee Whiskey. Try those first.
100%.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.